Good day, folks. The Pro Audio Journalist here. The best investment I have ever made in my studio was a decibel meter. If someone said to me I can do a mix with either my favorite vocal compressor or a decibel meter, I would choose the decibel meter every time. With the decibel meter, you know what's expected of your mix at a fixed volume level. Because songs are typically different volumes, I find the decibel meter takes away the guesswork of analysing their frequency response. You can match the frequency response and perceived energy levels of your reference mixes. This is especially accurate for matching the low end of your favourite productions. If you want Dr. Dre's low end, this is the way to get it. If you want Brendan O'Brien's punch in his kick, this is the way to get it. It takes away the question of how much low end you should have in your mix at a specified volume. You can easily assess and match the low end of any reference mix with this tool in your studio. I find this is more accurate than EQ matching tools in plugins. This is more of a process of honing your craft rather than a quick fix. One thing you don't hear the pro mixers talk about often is the vibrations in the studio at specific monitoring levels. The importance of these vibrations at specified monitoring levels became apparent to me early in my career when I was given the opportunity to mix on an SSL console. I had no idea how I was going to get the low end right, being in an unfamiliar room with unfamiliar gear. On this console, someone had put a mark on masking tape where they thought the ideal monitoring volume was. What I noticed when listening to reference mixes at this volume was that I could feel the vibrations of the kick and bass through the console. This led me to believe that my mixes would be in the ballpark of being right if my low end was just felt through the vibrations of the console. As I advanced in my career, I later realized how accurate this approach can actually be. I immediately incorporated this concept into my home studio as well. I played reference mixes and marked on my monitor controller where I could start feeling the low end prominently vibrate through my desk. This became my fixed monitoring volume. This was great until I added additional studio monitors to my setup. I really wanted to monitor all of my speakers at the same volume, and it wasn't until I accidentally came across a digital decibel meter on eBay that I thought I should give this a try. I never knew at the time that it would become the best investment I would ever make. The decibel meter was great, and I learned to judge my low end by the vibrations through my desk and how my NS10s were behaving at a specified level on the decibel meter. From my experience, these days I can even judge how tight my low end is purely from the vibrations through the desk at a specified value on the decibel meter. Not only can I determine low end level, but I can determine low end tightness or heaviness, I call it. And this translates to big speakers exceptionally well. 90 decibels became my mixing volume. This might sound like a lot, but it's really because the decibel meter is most accurate the closer it is to the speaker. Mine's sitting rather close. At my 90 decibel mixing volume, I could easily hear a low volume conversation in the room or hear someone typing, for example. I'm so reliant on this setup that there's only one brand of decibel meter that I'll actually use, and I have a desk that I built, and I believe it's actually becoming more resonant with age. Quite frankly, I'd never part with it. I also use the decibel meter for my loud mix check. Through experimentation, the decibel meter actually helped me find the volume sweet spot for my speakers at loud listening levels. I'm talking about low end a lot here, but the decibel meter is also great for judging mid-range and high end. I tend to have the music at a very low level on the decibel meter to judge my high end. I want my mixes to feel crisp and clean even at lower volumes. I'm generally at about 80-85 dB in the listening position to judge the high end. Okay guys, that's my tip for the day. I'm the Pro Audio Journalist. I'll see you in the next one.